I am really excited to tell you that for the next 10 days, I am going to share with you 10 brand new videos or audios, depends on whether you are watching this on YouTube or listening to this on the podcast. And all these 10 days, there's going to be a 10-minute educational video or audio all about your metabolism, and especially for those of you who feel like their metabolism may have slowed down. So 10 minutes for the next 10 days. And then after these 10 days, I'm going to invite you to come to my free webinar. This free webinar is called Ignite Your Metabolism, and it's exactly meant for those who feel like no matter what they do, they cannot get the results because their metabolism has slowed down big time. So who exactly is this webinar for? So it's for people who have been eating low calories consistently for several months or years, but have not seen any result. The body does not respond the way they want. They have even cut their calories lower because, like I said, there's been no result. They also have been really consistent with exercise, and they're already working out 3 to 5 times a week, sometimes even more, sometimes even doing 2 workouts a day. Still, nothing is happening. They're exhausted, they're tired, they don't know what to do next. So this is exactly the person who this webinar is for. So Ignite Your Metabolism, it is happening on Wednesday, May 12th at 4 p.m. Pacific time and 7 p.m. Eastern. So make sure that you grab your spot. And I'm going to put the link to my description. It's going to be in the YouTube description. It's also going to be in the show notes, and of course on my blog, urbanjane.co, and also in my Instagram bio. So make sure that you grab your spot if you want to understand what's up with your metabolism, why nothing is changing. If you can't be on that call, that is okay, because I will send out the recording for everybody who do sign up. However, if you are on that live call, you can ask questions that are specific to your situation, and I will help you out on that call. And you will also get some amazing bonuses. So I'm really hoping to see you there. Don't forget, it's on Wednesday, May 12th at 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you there. Hey everybody, welcome back to the next episode of the Balanced Vibes podcast. Today is the second mini episode of the 10 episode series where we're talking about metabolism and your health and dieting and how dieting affects your metabolism and what to do if you feel like yours has slowed down. Because like I mentioned earlier too, it's not that you have bad genetics or bad luck or that there's nothing to do about it anymore. Once your metabolism has slowed down, there definitely is a lot to do about it, and we're going to talk about a lot in the Ignite Your Metabolism webinar, which you heard about in the beginning of this podcast. But today we are going to talk about some BS advice that I've seen people give for those who want to lose weight, want to lose some body fat, and BS because these things don't work, or at least don't work in the long term. If you listen to the previous episode, you know that we only want to do things that really work in the long term, because we don't want to have just quick results that probably have us lose weight, but then we gain it all back quickly. So we don't want that type of diet. We want to lose weight and fat sustainably. So today I'm going to talk about 4 different things that you should be really aware of, and I don't recommend that you do, and I call it just BS advice. And the first thing is just track your points. Okay, so just track your points. I've done this myself in the past when I was in Weight Watchers. I also have a couple of clients who have tried Weight Watchers and tracked their points. But the problem is that there is absolutely no education behind this. Nobody knows. If you don't know anything about macros, then you just don't know what these points are made of. Like, why this many points? You don't know anything about, like, are there carbs? What are the proteins? How much fat am I getting? And these things are important because every macronutrient has a role to play in your body. You know, you need protein for satiety, for building muscle. You need fat for your hormonal balance and also satiety. You need carbohydrates for energy and your hormones. There's so many things, and these things have to be balanced. So now I have seen that, for example, or my client told me that, basically in the way she did it was like, okay, chicken and pasta, the same amount gives you the same number of points. And to me, this is just ridiculous because these two foods are very, very different in terms of what they do in your body. So it's not really okay to say that, okay, 4 points, it doesn't matter whether it's chicken or whether it is pasta. You really have to know what you're doing. You really have to have a good macronutrient balance to be successful. So just tracking points is not helpful because there's no education. You don't know what you're doing. You probably don't feel well, because what if you eat only pasta Or what if you, maybe not only pasta, but what if you eat only carbohydrates? Or what if you eat mostly fat and you're missing out on a lot of, the other macronutrients that are also really, really important. So for that reason, I do not recommend that you track points. The second thing is to just eat low calories. Just eat low calories and you'll be fine. And this is totally BS advice in my opinion as well. Definitely experienced it myself too. After I did Weight Watchers, I also tracked my calories and never ever paid attention to macros. Honestly, even until, I don't know, maybe it was like 4 years ago at this point, when I had gained some weight and I wanted to lose it, some of it at least. Then in the beginning, I started using MyFitnessPal. I only tracked calories. And it's not what you want to do. If you want to have a good body composition change, which is you want to have more muscle, you want to look leaner, you want to have less body fat, then you want to make sure that you are paying attention to what these calories are made of. So in other words, you have to look at your macros as well. You have to have a good high protein diet because this really is the key to a lot healthier weight loss, fat loss, and a lot healthier metabolism in general. Of course, your calories cannot be too low, even if your protein is high. You don't want that. So it's important to have a good right amount of calories for you, but also you need to track your macronutrients to keep everything balanced. Because if you only track your calories, you may miss out on protein. And this is what a lot of women do. They may be tracking they may be tracking calories, and I just actually work with somebody like that. I always ask people to submit their 5-day food log so I can see what's going on. And of course, what I see is that they're eating, this one person particularly eating 1,200 calories a day, and out of that she's getting 50 grams of protein. So even if the calories are low, she's just starving herself. She's not getting enough calories or protein, and she's not also getting results. And she has been doing this for a long time, and then her metabolism is not responsive. So you don't want to only eat low calories. You want to have enough calories and you want to have right macronutrients. Low calories can get you smaller, yes, but you're going to be just a smaller version of what you are right now. If you are eating right macros, this is where your body composition actually changes too, and you're going to look leaner, stronger, more muscular, and just better in general. So that's why don't track just calories, track macros as well. The next two pieces of BS advice, first of them is that you should not eat carbs, and even fruit is bad for you, right? So this is of course coming mostly from the keto diet background. It's just the thought that carbs are bad is really, really ingrained in so many people's heads, and they think that this is the right thing to do to avoid carbs. Again, I've had people who ate only 20 grams of carbs a day, and at first it did work. Like I mentioned in my previous episode too, it does work. Everything works in the beginning, but it was not sustainable in long term. And so of course she got really bad carb cravings. She didn't feel well. She was tired all the time. And yes, you are feeling tired because you're not getting enough energy, especially if you're physically active. So now to say that fruit is bad for you, and then at the same time, for example, promote like keto bars, that too is kind of silly to me, because fruit, which grows in nature and is a really nutrient, like vitamin rich food to have, we say that this is bad because it has carbs in it. And at the same time, eating highly processed keto bars that are really low in carbs, those are okay. So how does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. So you're not supposed to cut out any one macronutrient, and in this case carbohydrates, just so that you can say that you're doing keto. So to me, unless there's like some kind of health condition that you need to do keto for, yeah, cool. If you have talked to your doctor or you really know that this is your thing, then yeah, maybe this is the case. But if you just want weight loss, fat loss, you do not have to cut carbohydrates or healthy things like fruit out of your diet to be successful. I really don't want you to do that. And the last piece of BS advice that I have heard from my clients is to drink your calories. So literally do only shakes. And I also touched that in a previous episode. So Of course, there are all kinds of companies that say that, hey, use this, do this weight loss program and, buy these shakes from us. And this is all you do. You're going to replace all your 3 meals with shakes and it's going to be awesome. You lose weight. Again, yes, you do lose weight. But first of all, is it even enjoyable? Who wants to drink all their calories? I don't know about you. I really don't want to drink all my calories. I like to eat my food. And, it's not enjoyable. And secondly, it's not doable, right? Do you know anybody who started doing this and 1 month in can still do it, drinking their calories, only getting their calories from shakes and juices? It's not doable because we are meant to eat food. We like to eat food. We enjoy eating food. And so that's another thing that I really want you to stay away from, because again, you don't want that short fix. You don't want that quick fix. You don't want to lose weight by the end of next week only to gain everything back the next month. So these are the 4 things to look out for. Please don't track just random points. Don't track just calories. Make sure that your macros are right to keep your metabolism healthy. Okay. Also, make sure that you don't do low carb. If there's no health reason for you to do that, you don't need it, right? You really don't need to eat it. Eat low calorie diet. You can totally eat carbohydrates, plenty of carbohydrates, and you need them, especially if you're physically active. And lastly, those juice or shake only diets are not going to get you too far. So these are the four things that I hear a lot. I hope you stay away from them and really find a sustainable approach that really works for you in the long term. So this is it for today. I will be back again tomorrow, and I'll see you then.